Hey guys, it's Clayton back with another video. So this is day 3 of reading the Gospels, and yesterday we talked about why we should forgive and show mercy. That was in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 18. And I wanted to do something that was kind of similar today, but I saw this video post thing, so I'm gonna change it up. We're staying in Matthew, going to chapter 5. This one I really do like because it talks about the Sermon on the Mount, when Jesus was talking to a whole lot of people and all of his disciples were there. Just a great time. I actually watched the The Chosen Netflix series, and that's what I'm basing it off of right now. I probably shouldn't. I'm gonna go look that up real quick and then I'll be right back. Alright, so the exact location I could not find, but I'm just gonna put some pictures right up here. Hopefully I can fit all 3. If not, I'll do 2 and then just 1. It tells me somewhere on the Mount of Beatitudes, and I don't know if it's in Capernaum, but it was close. I can't exactly remember, but yeah. Boom. Alright, into the notebook. Alright, here we are. Let's open it up. There we go. Alright, so the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 1 through 12. The topic for today, what God desires of us. And this comes from the Beatitudes, and which also comes from the Sermon on the Mount. Forgive me for my little error right there. One phrase that I didn't really know and just wanted to help y'all out with too, but there are some words I didn't know, and they're all on the next page because I got a lot. So let's flip. Alright, phrases / words I didn't know. Poor in spirit, I didn't actually put it right here. I'm just going to put it on the screen because there were some definitions that I couldn't quite decide over, so I'm going to give you 3 seconds for that. Uno, dos, tres. Those are probably fast. We got meek, which means quiet, gentle, and easily imposed on, submissive. 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. We got righteousness. I kind of knew this one already, but I just want to make sure y'all know all of the words. I probably could have put more on this side, but I feel like I would have had maybe 5 pages of just... Alright, we got righteousness. I kind of knew this one already, but I just want to make sure y'all know all of the words. I probably could have put more on this side, but I feel like I would have had maybe 5 pages of just words that I had to put, which I could have. I'm not saying I'm too lazy to, I'm just saying it would have been a lot to write down. So if you don't know any words, just say them in the comments and I'll just write a definition, or you can just pause the video and look up the definition of that word if you'd like. So we got righteousness, the quality of being morally right or justifiable. I'll give you 3 seconds. Alright, we have persecuted, which is the past tense of persecute, and here is persecute. So persecute just means subject someone to hostility and ill treatment because of their religion. And I just put in this case religion because it did say sexual orientation, political, but we're just talking about Christianity right now, or the followers of Christ. So yeah, I'll just give you 3 seconds. 3. Alright, we're gonna move to this next page. We got spiritual renewal. And I didn't actually write this down because I couldn't find a specific definition for it. So I just put maybe 3. But yeah, I'll give you 3 seconds. Alright, and we'll go ahead and go into the Bible. Here we are. Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5. Boom. Introduction to the Sermon on the Mount. Here is verses 1, 2. This is the Beatitudes. Hope I'm saying that right. Here's 3 all the way, I was about to go there, 12. But it does actually end up here, so we'll end right there. And it does have these little extra sections. So this one's talking about 1 through 12, verses 1 through 12. So this is 3 through 5. This is going into more detail, but these 3 verses right here, we got 10 through 12, which is 10 all the way to 12, so up here. And about the 6 through 9, these are pretty self-explanatory. Hopefully you remember some of the definitions, like righteousness. I think that's all I had. Oh, and persecuted. Sorry. So let's go ahead and start reading. Introduction to the Sermon on the Mount. Verse 1. Now when Jesus saw the crowds, he went up on a mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them the Beatitudes. He said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you." Alright, here we are on the extra part. We'll do chapter 5, verses 1 through 12. The Beatitudes contain much of what God desires as we seek to follow His will for our lives. This lifestyle affirms God's perspective, priorities, and boundaries. As we look over God's plan in this passage, we may wonder how anyone could live up to it. The truth is, no one can do it without God's help. Following God's plan requires wisdom and grace from Him. Chapter 5, verses 3 through 5. We cannot explain... Chapter 5, verses 3 through 5. We cannot experience spiritual renewal and transformation from God without true humility. Pride stands in the way of our dealing with painful problems and sins. If we cannot admit our problems and failures, there can be no real cure for us. When we humble ourselves before God, we may need to mourn and grieve over our mistakes and losses. This is the key to spiritual growth. As we do this, we will experience the wonderful comfort. Chapters 5, verses 10 through 12. Okay, so chapters 5, verses 10 through 12 actually does end up coming over here. So sorry about that, and oopsies. So let's go ahead and read. Chapter 5, verses 10 through 12. Persecution can be a real problem for us as we try to live by God's principles. Others may try to intimidate us into giving up on spiritual growth. Family members may be threatened by the changes we are making and may want to do what they can to discourage us. We need to realize that it is more important to please God than other people. Then, as we do things God's way, we will be set free from our sinful ways of life. We can begin to build healthy relationships with others and continue to strengthen our all-important relationship with God. Thank you for listening to this reading. And yeah, the main point you should probably take away from this is the lifestyle affirming God's perspective. I just read that off the paper. The truth is, we could never live up to God's standards because we are sinners. We could never make it or come close to the glory of God. We've all fallen short. We've all sinned. These sayings, these Beatitudes, help us, or could help us in our daily life if we remember them and study them and meditate on the scripture. But yeah, thank you for listening to the reading again. And if you do have any questions or have any like, I don't know how to say that, upgrades or critique that you could give me so I can make these videos better and these edits better, because I know these pictures and stuff that I put in here are kind of, but this is the best I could do right now. 12-year-old and 10-year-old brother know how to do it a lot better than me, so maybe I'll let them edit one of my videos. I'll see you tomorrow.